Alright. Hate Plays, Sea of Stars, Episode 2. Let's try this again. I had already recorded about an hour of this, and at some point unplugged my microphone. So I get to start over, and let's see how much of what I said before I'm going to forget. I missed... Well, I don't want to start there. If you didn't watch the first episode, don't worry too much about spoiling yourself on this game. First of all, you're not missing anything. Game's terrible. And second, I've been mostly smashing my way through the dialogue as fast as I can. I haven't been reading it. I don't know what this game is about. I don't know what the specific places I'm going to are. I don't know specifically what's going on. What I know is that the game is really, really fucking lame. Okay, well, this is convenient. So what I actually did is I backtracked. I realized as I was playing before that I missed two caves, so I backtracked to the first of the two caves and it auto-saved outside it. So this is the second of the two caves. So when I ascended to the boss, the damn cloud owl guy, this would have met me, and that would have pissed me off. It pisses me off now. And so the other cave just had some treasure in it, I think. This would have auto-saved from before. That's convenient. I didn't think it was going to do that. I didn't super relish the thought of actually backtracking for you all a second time. So, I got that cave. I got what was in that cave that I missed. If you noticed that I missed it because you watched the first episode, and if you didn't, just know that this picks up just down the hill from where it left off last episode. So you're not missing too much. I don't know what this game is about. I don't know what we're doing. I know that we just did some sort of coming of age ceremony. We just graduated from Solstice Elementary. Is not actually what it's called, but that's what I'm forever calling it now. And we just did some trial for some cloud face guy. I don't know why or to what end. I do know that the Egads wasn't supposed to come, but he did come, and that the cloud face guy didn't say anything about it. And so, while I'm talking about Cloudface Guy, that was one of the things I talked about was character design. I realized that Cloudface Guy, I thought he was just like a owl. I realized that he's actually supposed to look like this dramatic old man's face floating in the clouds or something. That he's actually got like facial features, and that would be kind of neat if I didn't think it was so derivative of what's the name of that studio? I can't remember. The Rats and Nim. That guy and his work. And I praised them for Garl's, this cloud boy right here. I realized that that's supposed to be a face, and he's got features, and it might actually look cool if it weren't so damn derivative of Cuphead and the owl character from Rats and Nim. But I gave the game a lot of credit that Garl was holding his shield in the correct hand, in the left hand, but nah, he just holds it in whatever hand the game feels like presenting it. And then I haven't really had anything to say about Zale's character design because I ignored him. I just hate looking at him so much that I completely ignored him. But he's exactly Zidane from Final Fantasy IX. He's even got that little sash to make up for his not having a tail. And then the chick here is one of the characters from Star Ocean, I believe. So nothing about this game isn't derivative of something else. And so we get prophecies. Zale, step forward. I am the great and powerful Oz. I'll need to stare at the night inside me. Because what I think when I look at Zale is that guy right there has unapproachable depths. She's going to part water because she's Noah. And something about him having limitations, or maybe not have limitations. And I guess he's allowed in the party even though he's not from the school. And yeah, I don't care. I just can't be bothered to read any of this. And that's over so fast, it's not cool. It's also derivative of something else. I'm trying to think of what it is. There's another game where they do that. It's a giant character and they're like, "Oh, we need to get to this faraway place." And he's like, "Well, what if I just threw you?" What is that? I don't know. It's not the Iron Giant. What is it? Because they get put in something and then he just hurls it, and then they land at the spot. I don't remember what it is. And oh, wonderful! We're back in the library, and he's going to tell me what I just watched happen. To get to Wraith Island, because I want to see an eclipse. And then you're going to tell me what's happening because you're insecure about the story. You have to foreshadow what's happening because nothing has happened to indicate that anything is going to happen of interest when I get there. So these interludes where they show us the storyteller and they break whichever wall it is, the fourth wall, to speak directly to me, the gamer, they just take me all the way out of the game. Oh, it's even caught by a catching hand. It's so lame. I hope that those are gyroscopically stabilized on the inside, because that would be an extremely nauseating and uncomfortable flight. It'd be like being in a giant gravitron, the fair ride that spins really fast to suck you up against the walls. Only I doubt that they threw it at a greater than gravity spin, so you're just tossed around inside there, battered and broken and half to death when you come out. Well, that was nice. I got an accessory for exploring this area, so they're at least giving me things to look at and cliffs to jump. Because if you didn't watch episode 1, you don't know this, but I will walk upstairs to jump down a ledge. In fact, I was about to, you know what? I have to harvest these. I walk upstairs to harvest herbs. I played World of Warcraft. I like harvesting grass. Ooh, pretty flower. Ooh, pretty flower. Ooh, pretty flower. That's enough to keep me playing your game for at least 2 more hours. No, it's not. But I am recording myself, so I may as well stick to the 2-hour pattern now that I've established it on my pods. I watch several of these guys. I watch several Let's Players, I suppose, is what they would be. Like, I was watching Anthony CSN the other day, and he goes for 3 hours at a time. So really what I need is for people in the comments to let me know what you want to see. Because when I watch people game, I don't mind the dead space. So, I mean, I may as well just walk down all of my influences. Obviously, I follow Neebs if I aware of Anthony CSN, and I like what they've been doing in the Magic Dumpster, where they just play and don't cut it at all for 2 or 3 hours or however long they're doing that. So I like watching that, and I actually unironically enjoyed watching back my first video, and I watch all of my videos, and I enjoy them. So, like I've said elsewhere, if one person enjoys doing it, one person enjoys having it done, and if I enjoy it, somebody else will enjoy it. Just got to get it in front of their eyeballs, and the only way I can do that is with the obligatory likes, shares, comments, and subscriptions that I'm not going to ask for at the end of the videos, because you know what to do. And if you don't know what to do, I'm confused where you've been for the last 15 years, because it's not like YouTube just started yesterday. But hey, not everybody, not everybody is playing a JRPG and trying to explore all the nooks and crannies of their reality and their universe. And that's something that I could save for the regular pod, being an explorer. No, it's not something I could save for the regular pod. It was what the most recent episode of Talking to Myself, the pod, was about, in fact, was finding a fourth way, not just a third way, but a fourth way to live, because my father had a rule. Oh, of course, there's a ninja female that's watching us because they played Tales of Symphonia. The magic circle portal that opens into the black nothing is one of my favorite tropes, and you can know it's one of my favorite tropes if you're reading my fiction, because I use it, but I also hate seeing it in things that I hate, because if I see it in things I hate, that means that the kind of people I hate like the kind of things that I like, and it suggests that I might be a fraud. And nobody really likes being suggested that they're a fraud of the things that they like. That's lame. And so I'm not going to feel anything other than the moderate envy that they were able to do the black portal hole before I was. Because if you're seeing this, I guarantee you're seeing this before having consumed my literature, my writing, my narrative podcast. And that's fine. I'm not shitting on you for that. Damn. That hurt. That's a result of my own Leonardo da Vinci-like inability to finish anything or do it in a timely fashion. So, if I were to use this opportunity to explain what the pod is about and why the Talking to Myself moniker felt necessary to me in the first place, it would be whatever I just said before this. It would be related to that anyway. Am I confused about the block? I think I might be. I think I might have been. I think I might have been doing the blocking wrong this whole time. And so I've said in the pod now, and I've said to the microphone in the previous episode, that the reason that I'm not doing the Talking to Myself philosophy in this format while I play Brotato or while I play anything is because I keep forgetting what I'm talking about, and I can't back up the edit, the audio, because I'm not editing the video. I'm not going through and frame by framing this motherfucker. First of all, my computer is too slow. It will take way too many hours to do that shit. And second, my personal patience for video editing is limited. And the third reason is, didn't I just say that I like watching the unedited version? I like the taking a 3-hour vacation with somebody. I don't particularly like the 20-minute short form YouTube format or content, because when I'm listening to content, an audiobook, when I'm watching a YouTube series, whatever, I tend to be the nomenclature is binging. The language is binging. But I like to overstimulate. I like to do multiple things at once. Very clearly, I'm talking to myself and playing a video game now. But what I would traditionally or normally be doing is I would be listening to an audiobook or a podcast while I game, which is pretty normal for people, but not. I would say it's not fairly normal for people who play narrative games. People who play narrative games tend to like to pay attention to the narrative in their game. But I find frankly that the narrative of most games gets in the way of the narrative of my podcast, or gets in the narrative of the Let's Play that I'm watching, or whatever. I find that the narrative of most video games gets in the way of the narrative or the experience of playing your video game, frankly. There are very few games that I've felt compelled or even inclined to read dialogue boxes. And it's not that I have any particular distaste for reading in general. It's that I have a distaste for bad literature specifically. I don't like bad writing. See, his shield is in his right hand now. Damn. I'm not doing well this fight, and I don't remember what I was talking about because I'm not doing well. I fucked that up. Oh, you can crit that, and I found it. That's cool. Boom explosion. Doing, doing. Okay. That's tough. Well, if I was wondering if it's even possible for me to wipe in this game, the answer has become recently a resounding, yeah, it's possible. I'm getting my dick kicked in by these motherfuckers. Am I far enough in? I think at 16 I can say curse words. I don't know the rules on that. I don't know how... Well, since I'm not monetized, I don't know if they're going to even give me shit about my language. La 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 la. So, like, I don't know... Because I'm not trying to talk about doing it or anything like that, I don't think that I need to age restrict this. Because, like, again... and I'm not trying to only talk about them, but the other Let's Play channels that I watch have very foul mouths, and they're monetized as far as I know, unless I don't understand how monetization works, and I can guarantee you I don't understand how monetization works. I'm not super worried about monetization or particularly interested in learning because of the aforementioned likes, comments, and subscriptions. I'm not worried about it. I'm just trying to make the best out of this shitty game. Out of this shit experience that I'm having. It really just seems like a waste to not play the game at all. And it seems like even more of a waste to not play it while capturing my gameplay. It just seems like a missed opportunity. So here we are. Capturing yonder opportunity like explorers of the night during the day, time of the night. I make that joke a lot. Get used to it. It's a good reference to a good joke and a good song. And if you don't know what it is, that means you suck. And you just have to figure it out on your own. Sorry, homie. Nah, it's from that Flight of the Conchords song. The daytime of the night. What have I been giving him? I've been giving him HP, but he's been suffering for MP lately. I haven't been able to cast spells whenever I want. And what I should do is I should stick to theme with his character and I should give him defense. But I tend to like offense. I tend to rather kill things quickly. I tend to prefer to kill things quickly than to survive long fights. And that's why I struggle at Brotato. Which, if you're wondering how that's going, my quest to get tier 5 on everyone is taking time. What is that about? So I can use an item on that? That's interesting. Doodly 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 da. Is this the way I came from? Yes. I'm real bad about that. So if you're not trying to sit and just chillax while you eat some food while a guy bitches about, ooh, that was interesting, a video game, I mean, I'm sorry, but you're going to be bored. You're going to be bored because this is This is how I plan to do this. Damn. I'm the worst. Okay, so there's an actual defense animation that happens when you get it, when you hit the button. It does a little bring up the arm thing, and I guess you have to hit that. Aha. You have to hit it at the same time. I got it that time. Yeah, boy! I keep forgetting that I have... I'm gonna die. I'm gonna wipe. I almost said a different thing than what I said, and that would have made that sentence very different. Nah, we're good. I don't know it's possible to wipe in this game, honestly. I should have killed him, so he wouldn't do damage. But there's a little animation. Dude does a little animation. Dudes, your little peoples make they do a little movement when you hit the A button to defend, so you have to do that. They have to be doing that animation when the thing connects, and it doesn't last for very long, maybe a frame or two. I don't know how long a frame is. Maybe lots of frames. Maybe it lasts for minutes in coding language. I don't know anything about anything. Not about animation. I've never done it before. It looks tedious and time-consuming. Two things that are not my favorite. I don't like having lots of time consumed at one activity, if I can avoid it. And I don't like for that one activity to be repetitive and tedious. Unless I'm making money. If I'm actively making money, then bring me all the tedium. I have no problem with tedium. If I'm making money. And I think that I'm not unique in that. Press 8. Oh, man. So bad at that today. Dang. Whooping my butt. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and shoot. It was just one late. Give hers an apple, big boy. I prefer you give it to her because she has more DPS. It shouldn't be called DPS in a turn-based system, but, you know, that's the word that we use. The letters. I don't know how I feel about this game being one of those kind where you just have to know how much health they have in order to know when the enemies are going to die. They don't seem to have a particular animation or a particular look about them when they're low health. Maybe they do, and I just haven't got them to the low health threshold before I've killed them. I am a badass like that, you know. Wake up, motherfucker. We're trying to fight. Stoned enough that I'm yawning. Yawning like crazy. Is that an exit? It might be how I came in here. Because I don't remember. That's what I was going to say. If you don't like to watch somebody run around in circles because he keeps getting lost and you haven't watched the other episode and don't know this, in a lot of ways I'm not talking to my repeat customers. If you're a repeat, my repeat viewers, as they would be, turning viewers, as they say in the analytics. If you're returning, you already know what you're in for. If you don't, you'll figure it out, I guess. But I get lost easy in these. The combat turns me around. And it used to was that it was designed that way back during the times of what are they called? Random encounters back during the random encounters days. And honestly, I recently played through the first 6 Final Fantasies again as an adult, and I can't say that I've never disliked random encounters. I do like when you can turn them off in the game, like when you have the option, either a button press to turn them off or an item that you can put on to turn them off is convenient, but not necessary. They do add an RNG, a random number generator, to the difficulty of the game. But, I mean, I don't know where the tabletop RPG discussion comes into my critique of this game as I'm playing it. But because I haven't played a ton. I haven't played enough to be like an expert, but I've DM'd a little bit. I've played a little bit. I binge listened to several hundred episodes of a podcast that was a D&D Let's Play podcast. So I have opinions about D&D and RP and gameplay, and I don't know where those things, I don't know how they come into this conversation, or whether they do, or whether I want it to be a comprehensive thing, or just whether I want to make reference to D&D. Because the original creator of Final Fantasy was making references to D&D for certain. He had most definitely played. Maybe no, because I always get the weapon. I don't know. I warned you last time. I'm not good at dodging these in this game. So I have to jump. I have limited options. Where am I going? Well, that's convenient. I don't really do heals in a game that I don't have to spend a resource to bring my party members back to life. So I don't really see any point in cooking or eating the food. I don't have any reason to heal other than with my spells. And I don't have to manage my MP with my spells because the game is too forgiving. So yeah, I don't see any real reason to eat or to manage my health. Maybe the game will give me an incentive eventually by hitting me up against a boss that's actually difficult enough. But I highly doubt that. Dang, I messed that all up. I'm bored. Fuck you. I can't decide how I feel about the enemy's attacks. Oh, I missed one for once. Because they all take so long, but that's how they get me to not block them, is by having lots of frames or whatever in the animation. Lots of sequences. Lots of time for me to get nervous and press the button when I don't mean to. I do appreciate in a huge way, in fact, that I can attack them and get those little bonus balls at the beginning of the fight. That's convenient. I would find that annoying if you couldn't. Block. Hey, I did that one. Hey, I'm walking, yeah. Oi. That hurt. Oh man, I ain't got no MPs. Well, you ain't got no HPs. Well, neither does he. I think I was talking earlier about the game spinning you around in circles and that being designed, that being a design choice with the random encounters. And the idea is, I think, twofold. The idea is to make it so that you have more random encounters and so that you're in more danger, because the oldest games, and I guess what I was thinking about when I was talking about how this game doesn't make me manage my HP or my resources or any of that. It's not even going to bother with any of that. The reason that disappoints me is because a lot of the difficulty of the JRPG genre, like a lot of people now want to argue that the Final Fantasy games weren't difficult when they came out, but they were the Dark Souls, they were the Souls-like of their time, not just because everybody was ripping them off because they were so good, but because they were so good because they were difficult. And I had a wonderful person comment on my channel and suggest the Dark Souls games to me. And now, while I have no particular interest in the Souls genre, and what's the name of that studio? I have no interest in From Software's games in general. I say that, but they make the Armored Core series, and if I had a PS5, I would have Armored Core 6 now, and that's what I would be playing, and this wouldn't be a hate play. Because the first Armored Core was the coolest demo I've ever played. I've never played any of the series, but the demo was cool as shit. I remember going over to a friend's house, and he had the demo disc, and he would let me play the demo because it was so damn cool. But it was a mech JRPG. Oh my god, I'm gonna yeah. These just wiped me. That's some horse shit that they can do AoE like that and really fuck you up. Okay, so wipes are possible. They just have to cheat in order to get them. They have to cheat you in order to achieve them. And what they're saying is, hey man, heal between fights more often. And so this is the right time to actually introduce a wipe into the game. Now, it was too forgiving by giving me full health and full HP after the wipe, but this is the right time to do that, because it would be at this stage. It would be around this stage of a Final Fantasy or any of the JRPGs of yore that they would introduce you to your first wipe. Because, as I was saying, they were the difficult games of their time. They were intended to not just take 60 to 100 hours, like I was talking in my JRPG talk in general, but they were intended to be rewarding, because they were, like I said, they like I was kind of talking when I was talking about item management and inventory management, and your health and MP management, and in a lot of ways, the first Final Fantasy is really more of an RPG, like a dungeon manager, than it is so much a JRPG. There are like what we think of as a JRPG, because it doesn't have this. It does, in its way, have this broad, sweeping fantasy D&D narrative, but in a lot of ways, it also doesn't. Like, beyond naming your characters in whatever way you choose to name your characters, they don't really have any personalities built into the game. And that's fine. That was a space limitation. It's hard for me to do this and talk. but they were difficult because the investment of time and focus needed made the win rewarding, and that was what the person who commented on my channel said, that if I enjoy difficult games, what they said is if I enjoy getting kicked in my dick, that the Souls games would be right up my alley. And I'm not interested. I played them when they first came out. Those would end up being hate plays if I did play them, because they're ugly and slow and clunky, and ugly and slow and clunky are the 6 main reasons. I am certain that I left something unexplored over there. Oh, well, a pretty girl. I like cute girls. She's even got pink hair, so she's definitely annoying if she were a real person, but because she's an anime girl, the pink must mean something about her personality. Of course, she's like an archaeologist or something. She's able to read this text that none of us are able to read. For some reason, we're not able to read it. Does the scar on his eye change depending on where he is in relationship to the camera? I love it when characters describe things to me that I can't see in the way that they are. You're a traveling historian? Yeah, that's called an archaeologist, homie. Yeah, I'm bored. Yeah, the little sprite jumping around like that. That was a Final Fantasy thing. They used to do that back in the day when they couldn't actually animate a character's reactions, but this character can actually animate their bodies. These characters have a lot more sprite animations. Oh my god. Okay, well, the pink hair isn't just annoying IRL. They even made the pretty girl annoying. Her name is Teeks. And of course she's writing a book, so of course, you know, I'm inclined to like her, because when I was talking about D&D and roleplay and tabletop RPGs, like the character that I always end up playing and the backstory that my characters always end up having is that one there. Because I don't particularly like to talk at the roleplay during the roleplay sessions at the table. I prefer to observe the roleplay, because I'm naturally pretty shy, and so the whole traveling historian is a good excuse to observe what's happening and not participate. But this bitch is never going to stop talking. She's going to read excerpts from her book for us. I don't want her to do that. No. I want you to talk as little as possible. I have to listen to the story. So, whether you did or didn't watch the first episode, I bitched the first time they made me go through one. Oh my god. Why are you making me make choices when I don't have options? I petulantly bitched the first time they did this camp scene that they ruined my favorite part of the JRPG, actually, is this. The camp scene. The Grandia series did it best. of all of them. They're the series for which I have didn't mean to do that twice in a row. The series for which I have the most nostalgia. I cannot get out of this any faster. The end. Okay, that's wonderful. The end is my favorite thing that you could possibly say. Plus 8 MP. Why do I want to feed my MP? Why would I want that? Okay, well, health and MP is not too bad. Okay. I guess I probably could have just gone to bed and not talked to her if I wanted. But I can remember Grandia 2 on the Dreamcast. I can remember the first 2 or 3 sessions of playing that game. The first dungeon, the first... Oh my god. Trines the cargo. So if I want her in my party, she doesn't in the party. She just follows with. Because this is going to be one of those games where I only have a 3-person party and the people that come in and out because they played Final Fantasy II. That annoys me. I don't like that style. Final Fantasy II, I like it because it's... Well, among the Final Fantasies, it's unique, and at the time, I don't know, I like it when Final Fantasy II does it. I don't care for it since the since the NES. That was powerful. Well, that went much quicker. I would like it if I knew how to get new skills, because Gar could really use new skills. Now, if you remember me saying so, I find this hugely tedious. The whole Moon Knight power here of being able to move time, because there's no repercussion to it. It doesn't matter whether I move it forward or back or... Yep. There's no repercussion. It doesn't mean anything. It just happens. But no one else experiences it. Oh, I thought this was one of those monsters. That's nice. Mountains are nice. Here. Yep, saw that coming. He won't do it again. Da da da. Do, da, do, do, do. Yep, that's what the soundtrack kind of sounds like if it sounded bad. It doesn't sound bad. It doesn't sound particularly good. It just sounds cliche. It sounds kind of like Chrono Trigger. Weird. I wonder why it does that. The dragon thing looks neat. This reminds me, visually, the world map also reminds me of one of the Mana games. I got the collection of the trilogy. I beat the first one, and I haven't finished the second two. Spike, that's not necessary. I have a cat occupying the room with me. It's the Mole Village in Super Mario RPG. Wonderful. Mm. So is the plot of this game really just go out into the world and be heroes? Because if that's the plot, that's an annoying plot. There's no stake. There's nothing at stake. Why is everyone so mad at Malcolm? Yeah, okay, kid. Ugh, this just makes me frown. It's just the mole people from Mario. The music even sounds like it. Like, I liked Mario. Yeah, I gotta stop talking to these people. I don't care what they have to say. But I have a feeling. Okay, that was a neat little detail that it took her a lot longer to swim up. I'm stealing your shit though, homie. Yeah, I stole your shit. As payment. Payment indeed. No, I was going to steal your shit anyway. Because this is a video game and there's no negative for being amoral. In fact, it's kinda gonna laugh at you for there being no penalty. The boy can wear a miner's smock. Okay. Oh. Well, there you go. Why can't I carry anymore? What is this? Hmm. Hmm. This song makes me think of that song Black Sheep, Black Sheep. Black Sheep, Black Sheep, have you any wool? Or that damn stupid fucking song by that French guy, someone I used to know. He does the Black Sheep part too. Bum, 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 bum. Something about just somebody that I used to know. And then if he wants to like get pissy with me and try to copyright claim this because I referenced his song, just remember that he stole his song from a fucking Baba Black Sheep. Yeah, good times. I want out of this town so fucking bad. Oh my god. It's so big. That's what she said. But, Jesus. Yeah, I'm stealing your shit. I'll go talk to you about how I stole your shit, but I stole your shit. Oh my god. Nobody cares that I'm stealing their stuff. Well, it's just like stuff, man. I don't care if Teeks gets a story from anything. If Teeks isn't a member of my party, I don't care about Teeks. Especially if she's just cargo. S-cargo, if you know what I'm saying. Damn snail. Is that what I'm saying? I don't know. Just take me to the fucking necromancer. Oh my god, I don't ask for much. Get me out of this fucking town. The loading screens in this game are annoying. This game should not have so many loading screens. No jumping down, they say. Okay. So that makes me like, I started to talk before my microphone got unplugged earlier. Solstice Warriors. We're here to confront some dickhead. And then you're an unrelated person. Why are you here? Why are we talking to you? I don't want to talk to you. So what happens if I do it again? The elevator will not work until the first windmill is reached, so I can't leave and backtrack now that I've come down here until I do the first puzzle. That's fine. I don't want to leave. I wanted to be down here. Alright, miners' break room. Now, is that where the miners take their breaks? Why did they need to put a sign there if you can't get in it from there? It is a crying shame that the save points don't automatically heal you. Maybe they do and I just didn't save. It wouldn't be the first time I was playing a game and forgot to save. I have to do it every time with that one. I messed that up. I should have had her do the moon eclipse or whatever. Damn. Fuck. These guys are tough. And so this is where I get into, this is where I struggle. So I forgot that I had done something very similar what I did with this game, with a game called something Echoes, Chained Echoes maybe. The Switch Up guys repeatedly suggest that game, which it just makes me wonder who these games are for. I think they're like the impulse to say that they're for the people who missed the games that these games are homaging when we were kids feels wrong. But I don't know. Then again, I don't really know that Glenn and the other one know anything about the art of developing games or the passion for playing them. I think that they just enjoy doing what I'm doing, because you listen to them talk and they don't have a deep backlog of understanding of video games, and that's beautiful and fine. And this isn't about them. This isn't a negative critique of them. They're good dudes. But they liked Chained Echoes, and I heard the one, I think it's Glenn, talking about how much he liked that game recently and how he was really looking forward to this because he liked that, which suggests to me that maybe he's played next to no JRPGs and thus no good RPGs, and thus maybe his story with the Switch is that, kind of like me, he needed to justify streaming himself playing it in order to play it at all, in order to justify having a backlog at all. Maybe it's got to do with his kid and all that. And who cares? And it matters nothing. I'm confused what I hit that switch for in the first place. But he liked Chained Echoes, and I was trying to remember, because I remembered getting it on his recommendation, but I couldn't remember what it was. And then I was looking through my backlog today, and I saw it, and I remembered what it was. It is an equally terrible JRPG with an equally bad story, an equally poorly presented story. And I remember trying to remember why I gave up on it. I just remember hating it and hating all the characters for much the same reason that I hated Black Skylands and I didn't like this initially. And now I'm remembering why I was thinking about Chained Echoes in the context of this game, and I can remember what it was that I didn't like enough that I just turned it off and I never came back. It's that like this game that I'm playing here, Chained Echoes doesn't let you it doesn't give you random encounters. So my memory, and you can tell me if I'm wrong because you played it, is that you can't grind levels in that game because you can't even make the monsters respawn. Now I know in this game that I'm playing, I can actually leave the screen and come back, or even leave the zone and come back, and the monsters will have respawned because I've now done it twice. Too early. I'm so bored I'm getting tired, so it's starting to be difficult for me to keep my thoughts straight and remember what I've already talked about and what I haven't talked about as I'm going through this. But the fights got too difficult. It just got annoyingly difficult that I couldn't just grind experience. And so I might have been playing on the hard difficulty, and I might have been unwilling to turn the difficulty down. But that's sort of related to the talks that are adjacent to what I'm talking about. Final Fantasy, the originals, the first 6, as they were originally released, being the Souls-likes and being the difficult games of their time, and that has me back at, you know, that lovely, isn't usually how men refer to other presumptive males, but that wonderful, and I really appreciate. I'm very appreciative, very thankful for their comments suggesting that I play Dark Souls, and that what I'm saying is there's clearly something that's supposed to move here. I don't know what it is, or how to get it to do what it do. But I like a game. I don't know. I don't remember what I was talking about because I tried to solve this puzzle. It doesn't matter. I'll be back to it someday or other, because I haven't stopped thinking about it just because I can't remember what I was saying about it. I didn't like about Chained Echoes that I couldn't grind levels, and I remember getting to a boss fight that I just found annoying. I didn't find it challengingly difficult. I just found it annoying that I wasn't allowed to be a little bit more powerful than what I was so that I could do more damage to it. But I also remember being highly and just annoyed with every decision that game made. Not liking any of the characters, not liking just the premise of the game. I can't remember I couldn't tell you what the plot of the game was, what the point and anything that happened was. And I remember because of the Switch Up guys' recommendation that I actually tried really hard to pay attention and care about that game, and I just couldn't bring myself to do it. Yeah, and the same thing here. Because I just don't care, and the stakes are so low. I'm going to wipe a whole lot as we move forward, in the game jumps in difficulty but doesn't give me the ability to grind levels. That's what I'm thinking about. These games, they're balanced in such a way that you just have to wipe a lot once they introduce it. And so now I'm even more annoyed than I was. I hate that. So what is it? It's 1, 2, 3, super. Nope. I go a second too soon. Yeah, I'm just annoyed. There's going to be more silence. This moves just a little bit too slow. $17 damage doesn't seem like a lot. I mean, 4 damage doesn't seem like a lot to knock off of that. Man, that's really powerful. Oh. I forgot that I have their health up on screen now. I just don't understand what I'm doing wrong on that particular bounce, that it's not working. I'm hitting the button. It's not hitting it soon enough. I guess I'm not letting it go soon enough is probably what it is. It's probably because and I started to bitch about this last time, because the switch, for me, I can't always tell whether the button activates on release or press, and so this is probably the game where it releases, or that it activates on, oh, I hate that. It activates on release. That would be annoying to me if that's the case, because it just makes it more difficult to get those. For me, I wish it were when it on press. Please stop Malco Mud. Okay. Because you used your manners, I will. Oh, I see. Can I push these? Evidently not. Okay. So I have to jump down. That's unsafe. Oh, I'm so annoyed. I'm so bored. It's just so boring. There's just no stakes. I don't know who my characters are. I don't care who they are. I don't like them. Like, this game hasn't done any of the groundwork to make me care about its stakes. So, like, Super Mario RPG, you care about its stakes because you already care about Mario and Peach. And by the time you get to this city, the Mole City, in Super Mario RPG, you care what's going on here because you're going around solving problems because a bad thing happened. I don't want to spoil Super Mario RPG so close to it re-releasing. Like, you have a good reason to help the mole people. You don't just show up on the mole people's door and they're like, oh, a bad thing's going on. You should help because you're Mario. I don't even remember them knowing who Mario is. And so I'm helping these people because I have to, because I'm the Warriors of Light. But other than an endless series of dialogue boxes telling me what that means, I don't really know or care what that means. Especially because they're called the Solstice Warriors or something like that, and that's stupid. It's just a stupid name. So there's obviously something that I'm supposed to do here. There's obviously a puzzle here on the floor. But I don't know how it works. There's a chest over here that I haven't found. I am having the worst time keeping my eyes open. I'm going to fall asleep. I'm so bored. I am so understimulated. I'm just sitting here trying to loudly eat almonds and figure out this dungeon, and I don't care to figure out the dungeon. It's just like, I'm gonna fall the fuck to sleep. Is there any greater insult to your game than that it's putting me to sleep? I'm so bored. Oh my god. And see, random encounters would mix up the tedium for me. Always having the goal of counting down and remembering the numbers of the experience that I need to gain levels, and counting down how many fights that I need to do until I gain my next level. Like all of that goal-oriented behavior is why I play RPGs and why I play JRPGs specifically. And I'm getting none of that. All I'm getting is the Uncharted experience of disconnected story from this. Like, this is not... like I said that I was glad of all the traversal on the last dungeon, the first dungeon, and now I'm annoyed by all the traversal because now it's just the same 3 over and over and over, and there's no random encounters. And so when I think about Chrono Trigger, and I guess when I think about Chrono Trigger alikes, and when I think about Chained Echoes, I guess what I'm saying is that I think about these games that railroad themselves with their not giving you random encounters, not letting you get better at your pace. Oh, I hate that. Yeah, okay, so this is the Atelier thing where now I can move items in the world because of the items that I have or whatever, but oh, and it's of course it's a sliding block puzzle. I love how it doesn't even make like a scary or threatening noise. It's just kind of like, wah. Like, I don't even know why I think this is threatening. Why do I think it's gonna... If I hadn't seen it do that, why would I think it's going to attack me with the noise that it made? And how cute it looks! Oh my goodness! No, the character design. The monster design just looks really dumb, in my opinion. Oh, so you get the boosty balls. They're like that tea, but is that called boba? But you so you get the little boosty balls for using normal attacks, not for hurting their weaknesses. It just doesn't give me good vibes. This doesn't give me... I don't feel good about that. Whatever, I'm gonna kill this boss. Mini boss, whatever. I deflected that. I'm figuring it out. I messed up again. Well, other than my epileptic seizure, I guess that worked out. Oh, great. So that's our, he says that's the last, that won't be the last we see. So that's supposed to be the Ultros of this game. I'm just going to be dealing with this fucking salamander for every time I come into a room in this underground part. Ultros is a recurring villain in Final Fantasy VI who's hilarious and has speaking lines. This character is not hilarious, does not have speaking lines, and I never want to see it again. But I'm going to see it again. That I can know because he just told me. Wow, thanks for making this such a difficult sliding block puzzle. I shouldn't say that because they're going to actually try to up the game of their sliding block puzzles and actually make them difficult, and that's going to make me annoyed. Okay, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. I'm impatient to be done with this. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Why did that jump me off right there? Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. 2 hours. 2 hours. We can get through 2 hours. What am I, a minute 15 or an hour 15? Minute 15 would have been a disaster. If that only said a minute 15. I can push that down there, jump across here. Okay. Oh, look at that. Combat encounters. Because, see, what they're trying to do is they're trying to manage the difficulty of the game by how much experience they pass out. And that's a D&D thing where you're supposed to manage your party's level, what level your party is at every stage of the narrative, so that they don't get either too high or too low. But I don't think that it has as much efficacy as the developer wants. I don't know. I find it annoying. I prefer to be able to get more powerful than my enemies. Which is why I think that I'm going to do a love play series. If this is hate plays, I think I'm going to play after this. It cleans my palate and keep myself awake, hopefully. Maybe I'll play a game I genuinely love. And the first game that comes to mind is Final Fantasy VI. Because genuinely love that game. But I don't know. Oh, the reason I suggested that I was thinking Final Fantasy VI is the game that I would play next, because I love that game, is because I know it, and it might be interesting to attempt a personal speed run. Now, I've never clocked myself playing that game, so I've never beaten that game in fewer than 60 hours, which means I've never beaten that game in fewer than 120 hours. But it might be interesting to me because I've never talked to other people that have played that game. I've never actually known any other human beings that have played the Final Fantasies and played them to the degree that I have. So I've never had deep conversation about the Final Fantasy games and what the scenes mean and what they mean to me and yada yada. I've listened to a lot of other people talk about it on the online, but on the internet. But what I find in that conversation is oftentimes people feel differently than I do about a lot of things. Shit, why didn't that work? I hit the button. I swear I hit the button. I should be healing between battles. This game wants me to... Oh, okay, well, I can crit that. I knew that, but I can do it twice. Okay, I don't have AoE abilities. Okay, so this just got interesting. The most interesting fight in the world. Oh boy. But in a part of... Oh, God. See, this is why in the first episode I didn't say it. But just give me an initiative. Just give me initiative. Roll for initiative. Give me attack order based on speed. It should be Final Fantasy X, where I can attack multiple times in a turn if my speed is high enough. I hate this. Everybody attacks once and there's no... What I just think happened? Do I have to do all that over again? Wonderful. It's fine. I was talking about some... Oh, I have to do that boss fight again? Lame. Lame-ass boss fight. The thing is, I don't know how much, to what degree, or whether at all I want to edit these. I might just play for 2 or 3 hours as the story or my actual gameplay dictates, and I may not edit out the silences and the mistakes that I make. It might be more interesting if I don't. But, you know, I need feedback. You know that. Maybe you don't know that. Maybe it's not obvious to everyone that people that do things like this need to know what the people that watch them think about them. Because I sure know that in my personal YouTube profile, when I comment on a creator's channel with how I feel about their material, the people who aren't the creators sure want to give me flack for it, like the creator couldn't possibly want to hear my opinions of their work. So who knows, maybe opinions don't want to hear what I or anyone has to say. And, you know, frankly, that might be the better way to do the thing. Because if I'm fighting this boss fight for the second time and I'm having an authentic experience to myself vis-a-vis playing video games by myself, and I'm just doing it out loud instead of in my head, I'm thinking about my narrative work. And so the inclination is to say my fiction, but it's not actually fictional. It is non-fictional. It's just narrative storytelling. So my storytelling work, my inclination is to think about, and then because I'm thinking about it, start talking about Rob, my narrative work, and I don't particularly want to do that. I don't know. I don't think that I'm so much better than these developers. Like, there are a lot of people who end up doing critique on movies, on creative storytelling, because this is a storytelling medium. This is an act of storytelling that the creators have done here. There are so many people that get caught in the trap of thinking that because they're either educated or trained or, in fact, in their own minds or otherwise, could make the thing better, that is interesting critique. Whether I could or could not make this game better doesn't matter. What matters as critique goes is what's good, what's bad, what I like, what I don't like, and that's critique is different from review in that, god damn it, that's at an angle like that to fuck me up every time. Review is whether you should like it or not, whether you should watch it or not. I watched it, and this is a quick review of what I thought about it and whether or not you should watch it. And that's not what obviously that's not what a long play is. That's not what a let's play is. And so, I don't know, I'm still figuring out what I want to do with this. And how entertaining I actually want to be. How much talking to myself. I don't want to spend a lot of it quiet. I do. The channel's called Talking to Myself Gaming, so I should probably be talking to myself the whole time. I should probably not leave a lot of dead air, because this is most certainly not particularly interesting to look at. It's a pretty game. It's got interesting environments. I like pixel art. I'm not everyone. Not everyone is like me, and that not everyone likes pixel art. Just likes to watch pixel sprites move around. I don't get that very often. I always... Ouch. Damn it. Like if I'm trying to cue those up with if I'm trying to sync those up with the sound cues, I am doing a shit job. Fuck. There are going to be people that say that I hate this game because I'm not good at it. You just hate this game because you suck. It's part of it. I would like to be able to level above the enemies so that they don't hit me so hard. That would be nice. Or at least level closer to the enemy so they don't hurt so fucking bad when they hit me. I have to use a food item. Ally recovers. Oy. And dead anyway. But she bake, and then 1, 2, 3, she's gonna say, fuck you in the dick. Yep, fuck you in the dick, that's right. And then dead. Now, does what's his dick not get experience? Oh, wait, no, they don't have individual experience. I'm undecided how I feel about that, because there's going to end up only being 3 characters in this game, which the limited scope also moderately annoys me. And again, the whole not being able to level, I'm going to bitch about that a lot. That was why I gave up on Chained Echoes. If I didn't like any of the characters. In fact, I found all of the characters intolerably annoying, just like I do in Octopath Travelers 1 and 2. So, you know, I have opinions about what characters should be like and what they should not be as annoying. Like, it's whatever to have a character who's disaffected with life in general, because my main character, my Robert Longshore, the podcast isn't called Not Robert Longshore, if you really want to go out of your way to look for it on YouTube. I haven't got much up on it yet. But, oh no. Like, there's being disaffected, and I know that I'm not doing Rob right, so a lot of what I'm seeing these mistakes, and I'm knowing that I'm making a lot of them, is what I was saying, I guess, when I was saying, like, that I don't want to be one of these people that acts like I could do it better. I don't think I could do it better. I think that if I were given the opportunity, it would come out better, because I would be concerned about these things that the current developer wasn't concerned about. So I would be interested in not making the same mistakes that they're making. I'm gonna fucking wipe again because I can't grind to get powerful enough to get past this. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm talking about specifically. I went around and fought a bunch of other monsters so I wouldn't have to fight that guy. I can't backtrack to the save to fight that fight and then fight the boss. I have to do this fight. This is annoying. I don't like this. I don't like it when games do this. Like, and the food that they haven't made available to me a multi-heal that can heal my whole party. So they're just wasting my time with this food that they've made available to me. And I hate this long press horse shit. Yes. It's funny, it's not the boss that's killing me. It's this stupid having to tolerate or having to endure being hit 6 times in a row by enemies that will kill me after 4. I don't find that interesting. I don't find it fun. I just find it stupid. Now, if I were allowed to grind random encounters, we might have a different opinion on our hands, but we don't, because I can't. That almost hurts worse when you block it. I suppose what I'm thinking about and how I feel is that the limiting the number of encounters that I can get in so that my experience gain is managed in a specific way. The way I feel about that is that that's artificially increasing the difficulty of your game, is what it is. I should have healed. I can still do it. No, I can't either. Did its sprite change? Is it looking like derpy now because it's about to die? Yes. No, that's convenient. At least the bosses do. I think I said earlier that they don't. Yeah, I doubt it's the last time I'll see him too. I've been here so many fucking times. I've had to see him 3 times. Is that what they meant by that? God, I hope that's not what they... I hope that is what they meant by that. That they expect me to do this multiple times to... Figure... Wiley, don't play with my microphone, buddy. And so... I think I've started to say it a million times, and I guess if I were on a live stream, I would still be struggling like this, and this is why I don't like to watch recordings of live streams. So I put myself in a strange middle ground. But if I play Final Fantasy VI or Final Fantasy II as a love play series, and I did it as sort of a personal best time, kind of like. Yeah, like a personal best run, like that kind of thing, or a personal speed run, that sort of idea. I would be doing that, the personal speed run thing. The idea would be to manufacture the difficulty of the game for myself. The idea would be to give myself as few combat encounters as possible, as few random encounters as possible. Especially until especially early in the game, especially in Final Fantasy VI, maybe the opposite as Final Fantasy II went along. But Final Fantasy II is fun to get in the combat encounters, and I actually would want to do the combat encounters. So maybe the personal best Final Fantasy II doesn't make sense, but Final Fantasy VI, the combat encounters, especially early in the game before you get your espers, you want to have few. You want to have as few as possible. And so it might be interesting to try that. It might be interesting to try to do like a personal best speed run. And keep them low, because gaining less experience is better for the idea of keeping the game difficult for yourself. But like, fuck, I just don't have enough health. Like, my health pool just isn't high enough. Man, I really do not do enough damage. Damn, I should have done the other thing. But, like I have... Yeah, I should have done the other thing because I'm dead. Because I like a difficult game. Like I like an intense boss fight where it's like right on the edge of whether you're going to be able to beat it or not. I like to be minimum level, sort of minimum of my ability to survive, the minimum power that I need to be able to minimum threshold, or however you want to say it, to be able to beat an enemy. But like, I don't find it rewarding or challenging to be forced to be at or even below. Like, I felt like Chained Echoes was keeping me way multiple levels below the competition, below the enemies, which means that maybe, and I thought about it today, maybe I should give it another chance. Yeah, this fucking room's gonna kill me again. I at least healed this time. What is bringing friends? It's this motherfucker, isn't it? Hey, Wily Kitty. My cat doesn't understand what's going on. Hey, I killed the one that brings friends, maybe. Maybe that's what I'm doing wrong. Maybe it's a non-issue if you just kill the one that's killing you. And what if can I throw him to this side? Fuck yeah, I can. Okay, well, I was really disappointed in how that worked in the first episode, and that worked out nicely that time. Oh, come on. Survive. Wiley, get out of my... Yelling at your cat makes for such great podcast material. Oh boy. I don't do nearly enough damage. Yeah, that's gonna hurt. I can't really absorb nearly enough damage either, and yeah, he got another kill. Is Zale getting up? And get a kill. But she's dead. Because it gets to do at least 13 damage. Yeah, 18. And see, this is where I turn this game off and I never come back. Because I can't grind levels. I just have I hate this. This pisses me off. All it does is make me angry. This is a normal fight. It's just a normal fight. But I can't hurt them. I don't like it. I hate this. I'm sure I'm doing something wrong. I'm sure that I'm forgetting to use my abilities or whatever. But I can't absorb enough damage to play the way that I like to play. So I just have to stand here and... just... keep doing it. At least I can improve at this fight. Maybe he won't even get to hurt me this time. Oh, I messed that up. I blocked it at least. The real test of whether this game is fucking with me is whether it resets my experience. If it lets me keep my experience and this is how I grind, then I can just ignore, you can just ignore everything I've said and I forgive the game. Like, if I can eventually gain a level just by reloading this and fighting him. Did I not get experience for that? And how do I know what my status is? That's how I know what my health is. Okay. So it's up there in the corner. It's just it's not even a number. It's just kind of like filling up a bar. Now I got a cat grooming in the background. My cats have to be a part of my life in such a meaningful way, in such a present way. Hopefully that's not distracting over the noise and me bitching about this game. I'm so tired of... oh, you know what? You know what? I've made such a stupid choice so many times. So many times in a row, I could have done this. And this is why you don't do drugs, kids. He says using this wall so he can hit his vape with the other hand. Look at that. I have been bitching and bitching and bitching, and I could have even healed right there. Well, you know, I've been doing a lot of waxing philosophic about, you know, life, the meaning of life being learning from your mistakes, and that you have to make mistakes in order to learn from them. And wow. Can I just skip this fight entirely? Because that would be sweet. Fuck you, fight. I don't care about picking those flowers that bad. I like picking flowers, but... oh, it's not even that fight that gives me trouble. I do that every time, too, where I think it's actually this fight that's been giving me trouble. But it's not this fight that... I hit A and it didn't do anything. Anyway... it's that fight or this fight that I struggle with, and I should have hit the other one. I'm being fairly careless. Because I don't like this game. So I'm not treating it with the respect that maybe it deserves. See if I can hurl him to that side of the... that's cool. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but I do appreciate that it works as you would think. I don't think she's going to be able to kill this in one hit. Nope. So... oh my god, I fucked up so bad. I'm not treating it. I'm so fucking sick of this series of fights. I'm making basic mistakes. Like, I know I'm using too many basic attacks. I'm just not taking it serious. Because now he's dead. And then I'm just gonna backtrack after this. I'm just gonna backtrack and rest. Is why I'm not taking it serious. Buddy, I'd love it if you weren't doing that. See if he does... hey, we do plus 30. And then I can actually... because I don't know that I'm gonna take that combo into... the next fight is the thing. I don't know if it's actually like a limit break or not. I don't think it is. Hey, I actually blocked that time. I'm treating it with more dignity and respect, and it's rewarding me by, you know, not embarrassing me in front of myself. Alright, I guess I will pick these flowers. And then, you know, I'm going to see something now. Now we're going to do an experiment. I am going to skin this cat. This is tedious, but you know, fuck it, I'm tired of doing these combats. Even if they give me experience, I'm tired of doing it. So we're just gonna fall asleep walking back and forth between this fucking save file, save point to get the free heal. Buddy. Shh. Saving. Malco Mud the Wizard is the name of this chapter, I suppose. Okay. Once more into the breach. And I don't even know that I'm getting experience is the thing. I really don't know how much experience I've gotten from these last few fights, or whether I've gotten any at all. No, those didn't respawn. Neither did the enemies in this previous. Now, does it take 2? No. I have to, because I have to kill that thing in the wall, right? God, it's got such a stupid look. It looks so dumb. So what if I throw him to this side early? Do fairly decent at blocking that. And then, can I get them all to take damage from that? And he's going to summon a friend. He's going to summon 2 friends. Oh boy. And then I should be able to sunball them all. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, okay. This isn't going terribly. Eesh. I want him to throw him. And then he can... Oh, he's gonna die. But maybe I'll get lucky and they won't attack him. And she can block, and then I'll have enough mending that I can... Or I'll have enough combo that I can do a mending, like throw everybody a big heal. Treat it with respect. It's got enough strategy and tactic built in that it does... These big fights, the big fight set pieces really do demand your attention. And so they were foreshadowing that I was going to wipe on this fight, hopefully, is what they meant by the salamander fight. Hopefully he's not Ultros. I wish that it weren't, that they didn't get to attack after. I wish that I don't know. I don't like I don't know how to. It's not that I don't know how to say what I don't like. It's that I don't like that I don't know the order that things are going to happen. And so, like, sometimes the first person who attacks, maybe I do understand it. Maybe it's the 1 is the number of people, the number of moves until they're attacking again. Maybe I need to pay more attention to who I'm attacking with. Now, I've been bitching about not having enough HP. But I also think that I might like her better. I might have better odds. I like to play. I know what I like. I'm going to make them uniquely different in my own way. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to develop them and make them unique and different in my own way. And why can't I go through this like I thought I could? Okay. It's a good thing it didn't like blow me into the windmill. That would suck. Like if it threw me out hard enough that my body slammed into that. And then is the kid coming back with the elevator now? Oh, I have to do both sides. Is this a jump down or a ladder? That's not. It's neither. Like happy cat, happy dad, right? What happens if can I move this one? That's annoying. Isn't that where I went first? Oh, I had to go that way first in order to get green pillars. Do I hop over there? This is an interestingly puzzling puzzle. What happens if I... Neat. Okay. New puzzle, new switch type, I'm into it. And then I push, and then I push, and then I push, and then I push. Thank you for not being a terribly tedious slide puzzle. It is tedious, no doubt, but it's soluble and it's not terrible. And then now I go do the same on the other side, and I probably have to kill the salamander again. Probably actually kill it this time. God, I hope it's not the Ultros of this game. Because not every game needs an Ultros just because Final Fantasy VI did. And the Gilgamesh character from 6, I think it was 6, but I think it was also 5 had Gilgamesh. I think that's where he started. Just because they had it doesn't always work. Just because they had a hilarious, I thought he was hilarious, comic relief character doesn't mean every JRPG needs one. And then I should really use him. Oh, that was probably the right move. That's what I was thinking, is I should probably use him because it was more than likely to kill him next. Yeah. Yeah, there's a good chance that one of them is dead. There's a good chance both of them is dead when it stalagmites. Yeah, they're both dead. Oh, well, that worked. That worked out. Ooh, that's not a lot of experience. That was like 90 experience or something, and I need 3,800. See, I don't know. Maybe I'm too motivated by gaining levels, but I really like to see that experience bar move. I really like to make those choices, and games that stretch those out. I need to heal. I'm gonna sit here and let myself die. Games that stretch those out too far make me itchy and impatient. And that's not an experience that I like to have in my video games, being itchy and impatient. Now this should do real good work. And then I should actually... It's unfortunate that he doesn't have an AoE ability yet. But it's also cool that he doesn't. Because... Interesting. 1, 2, 3, and... Now this shouldn't do very much damage because I should have lowered it pretty considerably. And then why? That's strange. But he's vulnerable to this, so this should give me, yeah, little balls. And then he's going to bring friends? Nope. Perfect. Oh, what's this? I didn't know I had another attack. Sun damage that hits all enemies. Enemies. I didn't realize I had another attack here. Okay. Hold A for power. 1, 2. Oh, I let go of it before I meant to. That's cool. Hey! 200 experience. Hey, look at that. They didn't waste my time with tedium. Good job, guys. You can tell that they play tested this pretty extensively. The problem is that they didn't also play test the story. Oy. What just happened? I wasn't looking at the screen. I got a cat playing with a thing, and sometimes it's cute. Did that drop this ladder? Is that what that did? Hey. Yes. Alright. We got like 30 minutes. I see. It must have dropped that ladder. Good sliding puzzle. I had to stop and think about that one for a few seconds. So usually the way these work is when they're like that, you want to do it like this. What we're trying to do is... Good slide puzzle. And then... yep, I got it. I just did it too soon. When they have a little jag like this, that's usually the solution. And then this lets me climb up, right? Nice! With a little switchy switch windmill. And then jumpy down. Neat. I'm into it. Uh-oh. I broke into their fort. Oh, it's you. You're Malco Mud? Oh. Why'd you hurt my pet? Okay, I'm suddenly interested, actually. What is going on? Oh, it's one of these situations. Terrorizing the town. Blah, blah, blah. It's one of these. No one ever understands me. So he's just a little kid. So yeah. Okay, so I guess that leads us into what I started talking about before my microphone was unplugged and I started over my recording. Who is the target audience of this game? Because this storyline is Mario RPG. It's not exactly Mario RPG, but what I mean by it is Mario RPG is that it's kiddie. It's childish. It's an immature. Oh fuck! I keep forgetting that I get to choose who can attack. So I could have prevented that. And so when Super Mario RPG was released, it was tacitly and intentionally for kids. It was aimed at kids. It was for children. Who is the target audience of this game? Because like kids aren't clamoring for pixel graphics. And they're most certainly not clamoring for turn-based RPGs. So the other studios, the Japanese studios that have always released JRPGs, or like Nipponichi, Square Enix, etc. They damn, this fight's really taken a lot of my attention as far as what the enemies are doing. But they know that what they're making is niche, and so they try to improve on the medium. They try to improve on the genre. Oh, I targeted the wrong one. I might have just wiped. No, okay, we're good, actually. He's dead, though. I chose to be aggressive because I thought I was preventing him from attacking. So, like, I'm thinking about Hyperdimension Neptunia. What is it called? It might be called Super Neptunia RPG. Might be what it's called. The 16-bit side-scrolling Hyperdimension Neptunia release that's here on the Switch. And it's not for children. It's not for new entrants into the RPG scene. It's for adults who know the tropes, know the ropes, as it were, that have been playing these games since they were relevant. And so I don't know. I find like that I'm beating up a child to be a little bit unpleasant and strange. Now, if I were a child and this child were what he's doing, and these people said what they said about him, and all of this fallout is what it is, and it turns out to be a child who doesn't know how to use his magic, maybe you could convince me that this is a way to introduce what the magic is and what it's like and how it's perceived in the world. But if that's what they're trying to tell me they're doing with this scene, they've failed badly. Why didn't that... Oh, because I did it again. Okay. Because I'm talking to you, I'm not paying the best attention to what I should be. And that's a me thing. And now I don't remember what I was talking about either. Oh, adults. They're not... I think that what they're telling themselves is that they're demonstrating... Oh, that's cool. What the magic is like in the world. This is why I gave her more MP, because I always seem to be out of MP. I never seem to be actually able to use my spells when I need them. With her, anyway. But that might be a timing on my part. I might need to, as I'm doing this, I might need to only use standard attacks when they're going to use standard attacks. Save my MP. But it's not exciting. It's metagaming. Ow. Now I've upset myself and don't remember what I was talking about. Who this is for? Is this for children? Is this for adults? And if the goal here is to show me what magic looks like, what wild magic looks like, or untamed magic looks like, you're not doing that. You just forced me into a fight with no roleplay. You didn't show the characters trying to solve the problem in their unique way. You just insulted this boy who was mad because you tried to kill his pet salamander. And I was also wondering about that. Like, this it didn't look threatening at all. So why? And so what they're going to do now is they're going to resolve this scene by having my characters go, oh, we should have used more jurisprudence, more discretion, and less discrimination. No, we should have used more discrimination and less prejudice with your friend. We're sorry, but you are upsetting the whole town, and so we thought we were dealing with a bad guy, right? But that's cliche, and that's how a writer gets themselves out of, well, I know that I have to have this forced action sequence, and I also know that I have to resolve this forced action sequence peacefully with a positive resolution, and it's just bad writing. It's all it is. It's bad writing. Oh, I shouldn't have done this. Oh, well, I couldn't have done the other thing. Damn, fuck you, man. But like with I've grown to count on your allies coming back. I like it in that I don't have to worry about Phoenix Downs. I don't have to worry about restorative items because they're annoying. But I also don't like it in that I don't have to worry about restorative items. I don't have to worry about anything other than not dying while they're down. I really don't like Garl. I don't like his character, and I don't like... Well, that was cool. 800 experience is an adequate amount of experience for a non-lethal encounter. And now we're suddenly best friends. He's like, oh, you must be cool because that was a non-lethal encounter. So is that why you left your village? Because people were a dickhead to you too? He's just Malo. They wanted Malo in the game, and so here they are. But Malo was causing bad things to happen by accident because of the nature of his being. Again, I don't want to spoil Mario RPG for you because it's coming out in a few months, and if you haven't played it, you really, really ought to. It's a really, really good game. Super Mario RPG was the first game that I bought in the box, brand new. The first PlayStation game that I bought brand new in the box was Breath of Fire 3, and I subsequently lost it. I never played it I didn't get to play it for very long. I didn't understand what was going on. because as a kid, I wasn't a very conscientious reader, so I didn't really understand what was going on in the games. What I wanted to do was explore the dungeons and fight in the turn-based combat. So very little has changed. Ooh, I actually might need to pay attention, and this will be wrapping us up. Oh, and of course they talk in clock language, whatever, metaphors. Okay, I said that I needed to pay attention, that I was interested, and I was not rewarded for either of those things. It pisses me off that it pisses me off how much this looks like the mole town in Super Mario RPG. It's not comforting to me to see game elements that I like done exactly the way they were done before, with nothing new and no exploration of the source material. Like, Super Mario RPG is a game for children, so I remember playing it as a young adult on an emulator and being kind of disappointed that they don't go any deeper into the town. You go into the dungeon, you save the day, you go to the next town. But it was a game on the Super Nintendo. This is decidedly not the Super Nintendo. So go to the town, do the dungeon, save the day, get the dialogue boxes, and leave is just not fun at our age. Like, at my age, at 36. It might be fun to you at the age of 6, but Super Mario RPG is coming out in a few months. Like, if this game had waited any longer to release, if this game had actually waited for Super Mario RPG to release, it'd be fucked. Because everybody would have then played its source material. God, I hate this. Yes, that dragon is neat, but this is really a stupid way to show it. I would much rather they did the God of War thing and let me walk on it. And the fucking digital art, line art is annoying. The big, thick black lines, like every YouTube digital artist. It's just so annoying that they found their concept designer on Fiverr. Oh, I should have saved and been done with this game. This is going to force me into a dialogue box. No, it's not. So we're going to back out. And we're going to say our thank yous. After I set up camp and get to the loading screen. I have to hold it down. God, I hate long presses for things that... It shouldn't be a 3 or a 4 second long press. If it's a long press because you don't want me to accidentally go into camp on the world map, which I appreciate the thought, it can be a prompt, or it can be just like a 2 second long press. It doesn't need to be such a long press. Anyway, thanks for watching. You made it this far. That's really cool of you. I'll see you soon. I'm going to be playing the hell out of this. I got to get it over.